Hello, teacher. My name is Maikan, and today I will present about the first question. This is also the learning objective one. What is a brain and how does it work? And so, firstly, we move to the definition of a brain. Brain is as a name, a term, a sign, a symbol, a design, or a combination of them intended to identify the goods or services of one seller or group of seller to differentiate them from those of competitor. And in addition, brand may be an evaluation of a customer to purchase because they learn about brand through past experiences with the product and its marketing, finding out which brand satisfy their needs and which do not. And how the brand work? This is about the function or the role of a brand in the business or company. Um, Brand is also a type of intellectual property. This is because the brand name can be protected through registered trademark, manufacturing processes can be protected through patent, and packaging can be protected through the copyright. So the property right ensure that the firm can safely invest in the brand and reap the benefits. In fact, brand represent enormous valuable piece of legal property that can influence consumer behavior, pivot, or and so and certain future revenue. I will give you the example. Nam Long Group. Nam Long is a name of a brand. A brand is about the real estate company in Vietnam, and it can file a lawsuit and claim compensation as well as taking corrective measures such as asking them to change to change or remove to lane for a confusing customer. And the next one is branding. Branding is the process of endowing the product and services with the power of a brand. It's on about the creating differentiation between products, and marketer need to teach consumer who the product is by giving it a name and other brand element to identify it as well as what the product does and why consumers should care. And branding create mental structure that help consumer organize their knowledge about offering in a way that clarify their decision making and in the process provide value to the firm. This help consumer recognize the product of their brand, and I think this is also the way to enhance the brand awareness and brand recognition. Vinamilk. Vinamilk has various products about diary. So I think the way of Vinamilk to create the name of product is really interesting and useful for brand awareness. Like that, sữa chua Vinamilk, sữa tươi tiệt trùng Vinamilk, something like that. The brand name plus to the name of product. This is a way for customer identify their product, and so customer can make final decision to purchase. I will give you another example. This is about the trademark prices. You know how is the most popular instant noodle in Vietnam, and it had the packaging is about the like that. And however, the actual Hảo Hạng noodle brand has been copyrighted by ASEAN Food since 2006 and with a packaging design consisting of two colors, red, yellow, and orange. However, the symbol of Hảo Hạng packaging, which were introduced to the market in the 2015, had a rose color, which is said to similar to to a Hảo Hảo noodle. And so this situation make consumer confused between two brands. And additionally, many supermarkets are not allowed to sell this Hảo Hạng noodle because it have many conflict in the market and in the social. So I this about the first part, and I hope you can have the understanding, the basic understanding of the brain and how to protect it.
My name is Jung Yang, and now I will talk about the definition of brand equity. So, brand equity is the added value endowed to products and services with consumers. It may be reflected in the way customers think, feel, act, and act with respect to the brand as well as in the prices, market share, and profitability commands. Marketers and researchers use various perspectives and study brand equity. Customer-based approaches recognize that the power of a brand lies in what customers have seen, read, heard, learned, and thought and felt about the brand over time. So, in general, brand equity is the value of a brand to a company. So now I will talk about a customer-based brand equity. So customer-based brand equity is a differential effect brand knowledge has on consumer response to a marketing of that brand. A brand has positive customer-based brand equity when consumer react more favorably to a product and the way it is marketed, with when the brand is identified than when it is not identified. A brand has negative customer-based brand equity if the consumers react less favorably to marketing activity for the brand under the same circumstances. So the customer-based brand equity is the differential effect brand knowledge has on consumer response to the marketing of that brand. So there are three key ingredients of customers-based brand equity. So first, brand equity arises from differences in consumer response. If no differences occur, the brand name product is essentially a commodity and competition will probably be based on price. Second, differences in response are a result that consumers' brand knowledge on the thoughts, feelings, images, experiences, and beliefs associated with the brand. Brand must create strong, favorable, and unique brand association with customers. Third, brand equity is reflected in perception, preferences, and behavior related to all aspects of the brand's marketing. So stronger brands will earn greater revenue. So some of the marketing advantages of strong brand are improved perception of product performance, greater loyalty, less vulnerability to competition, to competitive marketing actions, less vulnerability to marketing crisis, and more. So customers' brand knowledge dictates appropriate future directions for the brand. Consumer will decide based on what they think and feel about the brand, where and how they believe the brand should go, and grant permission or not to any marketing action. A brand promise is the marketer vision of what the brand must be and do for consumers. So next one is brand equity models. So models of brand equity offer some differing perspective on branding. So the first one is brand access valuator, advertising agency, Young Rubicam, Y&R model of brand equity. The brand asset valuator, or we can call it BAV, covers four pillars of brand equity. Strong new brands show higher levels of energized differentiation and energy than relevance, whereas both esteem and knowledge are lower still. Leadership brands show high levels on all pillars, with strength greater than stature. Declining brands show high knowledge and a lower level esteem and even lower relevance and energized differentiation. The next one is brand Z and brand dynamics. Marketing research consultant Millward Brown and WPP have developed the brand Z model of brand strength, at the heart of which is the brand dynamics model. This model is based on a system of brand associations, meaningful, different, and salient, that builds customer predisposition to buy a brand. The associations that have three main important outcome measures: power, prediction of brand volume share, premium, ability to command a price premium, and potential, the probability that a brand will grow value share. And the last one, and also the most common one, is brand resonance model. The brand resonance model views brand building as an ascending series of steps. Enacting these four steps means establishing a pyramid of six brand building blocks as illustrated in this figure. The model emphasizes the duality of brands and rational role to brand building is on the left side of the pyramid and the emotional role is on the right side. So we will learn more about this model at the next part. So this is the end of my part. Thank you for listening.
We come to how to building the brand equity. Marketer build brand equity by creating the right brand knowledge structure with the right consumer. And from a marketing management perspective, however, there are three main sets of brand equity driver. First one, we choosing the brand element like the name, the logo, and the slogan, for example. And the second, we will design the marketing activity include the product, the service, and all marketing activity and supporting program. And finally, we have to leveraging the secondary association. So there's an old saying in marketing that company don't build the brand, but the customer do. And here is the Keller customer-based brand equity model. This brand equity pyramid will provide a great starting point for a company to start building a brand equity. We have to start it with the brand identity. Who are you? Then the brand meaning include the performance and the brand image. What are you? And also come to the brand response, the feeling, the judgment of customer about what about the company. So let's have a look of how we build a brand identity from this model. So now we come to the first step about choosing the brand element. Brand element are remarkable device that will identify and differentiate your brand. And it should be easy to recall and inherently descriptive and persuasive for the customer. For example, Nike has the distinctive swoosh logo, the empower and inspirational just do it slogan, and the Nike name have a logo that the Greek wing goddess of victory, the wing. And this step will answer the question: Who are you as a company, and who do you stand for in the Keller model? And there are six criteria for choosing brand element. For building the brand, we have memorable, meaningful, and likable. And for defending the brand, we have transferable, adaptable, and protectable. It will defend. It's defensive and have leverage and preserve the brand equity against the challenges. I think you have to remember that the less concrete the brand benefits are, the more important that you have to focus on the brand element to capture the intangible characteristics to the customer. And the next step is the designing the holistic marketing activity. This step equal the Keller model. The brand meaning include the performance and the imagery. Customer come to know a brand through a range of contact. And third point, a brand contact is any information bearing experience, whether it is positive or negative, and a customer have with the brand in the product or in the market. The company should focus on this because any brand contact can affect heavily on the customer brand knowledge and the way they think, they feel towards the brand. For example, Nike is a great example in how it can communicate meaning through its product. Their advertising and marketing focus heavily on the athletes and the training or playing sport and not necessarily the product themselves. In the customer mind, when you think about Nike, you will think about the sporty, the inspirational, and the high quality product and the sportman. So how you communicate your product can support the brand meaning, include influencer, social media, and SEO in the mix to get your product in front of the right people to start building the awareness. Nike spend very many money in the influence in the social media like Instagram to marketing themselves. So in this step, we also have the concept integrated marketing. What is it? It is the principle of creating the consistent message and marketing a variety of different marketing activity that consistently reinforce the brand promise, working singularly and in the combination. And for example, imagine that you're seeing a billboard advertising about a car rental company. The billboard has a red and blue color scheme and the slogan "Car rental done right." You remember it, the name, And when you get home, you visit the website. The sign has an orange and yellow color scheme and use a slightly different slogan. Do your car rental right? And this will call a disjointed brand experience for you and the reader. So a company will have to focus integrated marketing strategy to show the customer the same visual aesthetic, the same slogan, and the same overall tone across all media channels. For example, you can remember in your mind that the slogan of Nike, "Just Do It," will appear everywhere in the marketing activity, everywhere in the advertising. And although it's launched in 1988, include the television commercial, the print advertisement, and the billboard. Now we come to the final step, leverage the secondary association. It's about linking the brand to other information in the memory that convey the meaning to the consumer. And this step equal the brand meaning in the Keller model. This phase includes the judgment and the feeling how people will perceive your brand with the information. And here in the slide, you can have many secondary source of brand knowledge about other brand, people, place, things, and many branch. And so I will give you an example of a country, and you can see that the car brand BMW associates their brand heavily with the Germany. In the automobile world, Germany stands for reliability, effectiveness, and durability. Another example, again, Nike. I think you have here the product line Air Jordan. It's a no better endorsement deal in the history, has been as popular and lucrative as Michael Jordan and Nike in the late 1910 and 1980. So this is the end of my part.
Okay, so hello Miss Hu, we see each other once again. I hope you have a great day. Today my part is about measuring and managing brand equity, which can be considered the soul or the blood of a brand. First, let's talk about how to measure brand equity with brand audits and brand health tracking. So brand audits is a focused series of procedures to assess the health of the brand, uncover its source of brand equity, and suggest ways to improve and leverage its equity. And brand tracking health study use the brand audit as input to collect quantitative data from consumer over time, providing consistent baseline information about how brands and marketing programs are performing. Let's take an example of shampoo category. So here we can see clearly that Clear is famous for its anti-dandruff with 22-point index, while its main competitor, Head and Shoulders, only stand at 6. So this is the graph showing the customer reception on the brand image of shampoo brands in the category. Therefore, when it comes to brand recall, when needing a shampoo that solves dandruff ability, Clear is likely to be recalled as top of mind, then next Head and Shoulders. And then maybe in the aided group, it could be Dove. So next up, we will have brand valuation. So brand valuation is the process of assessing and assigning financial value to a brand. It takes into account factors such as brand awareness, customer loyalty, and brand reputation, and market position as well. So let's take an example from Apple. It is a brand with high value on brand valuation due to numerous factors such as its iconic logo. It could be considered as a symbol of creativity, the product design, plus user experience as a symbol of innovativeness, and the long history, which can be considered as the heritage. So the brand value contributes significantly to Apple overall market capitalization and financial success. So now let's discuss about management of the brand equity. Firstly, brand reinforcement. So brand reinforcement refers to the strategic effort made by a company to strengthen and solidify its brand in the mind of consumer. It involves consistently delivering the brand key message, values, and also promises across various touch points to enhance brand perception, loyalty, and equity. So let's take Coca-Cola as an example. So Coca-Cola is a brand that consistently reinforced its brand through various marketing initiatives, featuring its signature red and white logo. Second, memorable slogans like "Open Happiness" and "Taste the Feeling." Thirdly, positivity, celebration, and togetherness via sponsorship for Olympics or FIFA Club World Cup. So through these consistent and impactful brand reinforcement strategies, Coca-Cola has successfully established itself as a leading global beverage brand. So next, revitalization. So brand revitalization refers to the strategic effort undertaken by a company to breathe a new life into a brand that had lost its relevance, appeal, or market positions. So it also involves rejuvenating and repositioning to brand to regain consumer interest, increase market share, and revitalize its overall performance. So let's take Old Spice as an example. So Old Spice is a brand that successfully underwent brand revitalization. The situation was Old Spice was primarily associated with traditional aftershave products and had lost its appeal among younger consumers. So the Old Spice Guy campaign featured an engaging and entertaining commercials that reposition Old Spice as a modern and edgy brand appealing to a new generation of consumers. So that wraps up for my part. Thank you for your careful listening. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.
Hi, I am Minfu and I am going to talk about what are the important decisions in developing a branding strategy. A firm's branding strategy or brand architecture reflects the number and nature of both common and distinctive brand elements. Let's begin with branding decision. Today, hardly anything goes unbranded. Before launching a new product, a firm must choose its brand architecture among these four, including branded house, sub-brands, house of brands, and endorsed brand. The first architecture is branded house. Branded house architecture is the most common in the market. In this type of architecture, all brand activity is orchestrated by the core brand. While there may be specific designations for different products and service lines, they are all centralized under the parent brand that owns them. Google is a good example of this type of architecture. Its consumers can clearly identify Google as the parent organization because it builds brand equity and communicates with a consistent and corporate brand voice. The second architecture is sub-brands. Sub-brands are related to the parent brand but have a little more independence from the branded house. Their product and service lines are more distinct and defined. They have their own qualities but still meeting the values and message of the parent brands. Visually, the main brand remains predominant. Apple is an example of this type of architecture. Apple's sub-brands, such as iPhone, iPad, and MacBook, are more distinctive but still meet Apple's quality standards of simplicity, high quality, and long lasting. The third architecture is House of Brands. In this model, the core brand uses different brand names for different products and quality lines. They all have their own logo, name, slogan, and marketing strategies. In this architecture, consumers are often unaware of the connection between the sub-brands and the main brand. For example, P&G has multiple individual brands, ranging from personal care to home products in different consumer segments. And the last architecture is endorsed brands. This architecture is a combination of the house of brands and the branded house. In this architecture, the parent brand owns the sub-brands. All sub-brands have their own brand promise while using certain features and elements of the parent brand to their advantage. This architecture is often the result of mergers and acquisitions. For example,
Coca-Cola has many sub-brands, such as Sprite and Fanta. Each sub-brand has different promise and a different type of customer, but still inherits the heritage and personality of Coca-Cola as excitement and sincerity. Now, let's find out about brand portfolio. After deciding on its architecture, a brand must create a brand portfolio. A brand portfolio is the set of all brands and brand lines a particular firm offers for sale in a particular category or market segment. There are four types of brands in the brand portfolio, including flankers, cash cows, low-end entry-level, and high-end prestige. Let's first find out about flankers. Flanker brands are positioned with respect to competitors' brands so that more important flagship brands can retain their desired positioning. For example, Unilever introduced Viso, a lower-priced detergent, to protect Omo from its competitor. If competitors choose a cheaper laundry detergent over Omo, they can opt for Viso instead of choosing a competitor's brand. The second type of brand is cash cow. These are brands that may be kept around despite dwindling sales because they manage to maintain their profitability with virtually no marketing support. Some examples of cash cows are Milo of Nestle, Omo of Unilever, and so on. Another type of brand in the portfolio is low and entry level. This brand includes the product which is offered at less price. Its role often may be to attract customers to the brand franchise. For example, Calorific has the cooking oil brand Gaileng, which is offered at a lower price compared to its cash cow, Neptune. And the last type of brand is high-end prestige. This brand includes the products offered at a high price with the intention of creating a sense of prestige in the minds of customers. Other brands in the portfolio also get recognition because of the premium brand and its quality does have a halo effect on each product line. For example, it would be very difficult for a brand such as Toyota which has reputation of affordability, to earn a slice of the luxury car market under the same brand. Therefore, it introduced Lexus as a high-end prestige brand that to earn that extra luxury slice. And the last part is brand extensions. So what is brand extension? Brand extensions is using an established brand to launch a new product. In fact, most new products are brand extensions, typically 80 to 90% in any one year. Brand extensions have three main advantages. The first one is facilitating new product acceptance. Extensions reduce risk by leveraging consumers' expectation and familiarity with the parent brand, making it easier to convince customers. Moreover, brand extensions can reduce the cost of launching a new brand. Last but not least, brand extensions help provide feedback benefits. It can improve consumer loyalty, renew interest in the brand, and expand market coverage. However, brand extensions do have some disadvantages. The first one is brand dilution. This means making the brand less strongly identified with any one product. Secondly, the parent brand may skip the chance to create a new brand with its own unique image and equity. And lastly, is the failure of extension. The extension might fail and harm the equity of the parent brand. So, Colgate toothbrush is a typical example of the success of a brand extension strategy. What Colgate has achieved here is precisely capturing the needs of the target customers. If you have toothpaste, of course, you need a toothbrush. With their established reputation, customers have no hesitation in choosing Colgate toothbrushes for their oral hygiene. And this is the end of my part.
Okay, moving to the next question. What is important for company to grow the core of their business? Through the improved revenue or lower cost, growing the core of the business can also lead to the greater profit. Therefore, the UK marketer suggest three main strategies for growing the core. So the first step is to make the core of the brand as distinctive as possible. Like for example, most apartments in Ho Chi Minh City are located in the city center, like in District One, District Three, or Tân Bình District. This is the reason why make the price of the apartment is really high and expensive. So just the people are in the middle or upper class can have enough ability to purchase, like Vinhome Golden River in the city center in District One. It's really convenient and modern, and the apartment has the two bedroom. The price is about the 6.5 to 7.5 billion Việt Nam đồng. However, Nam Long has a different way to develop in this industry. Nam Long has on apartment of Nam Long located in rural area which are surrounding Ho Chi Minh City, such as Đồng Nai, Bình Chánh, District 9, or Long An. The target audience of Nam Long is the people refer to the concern about the living environment, which are risk to revive the pollution. These people refer to enhance the living standard. So Flora Novia is also the most popular product of Nam Long, and this is a product line of affordable condominium apartment for the middle income people, improving the quality of life and at a reasonable cost. This is the method for Nam Long to go make them differentiated in the market. So the next step is the second step. This is right distribution to post existing in a new channel. In the 4.0 technology, Nam Long also apply innovation technology to provide many value and benefit to enhance the customer experience. For example, people can visit and see the overall view of the apartment or the overall view of the surrounding. This means that people can stay home and survey the location of apartment. It's really convenient and save time for customer, and especially Nam Long also has a team to support to give you the advice online or introduce the product for customer through the making phone call or email. It's really convenient and useful for customer. So if you want to experience this product of Nam Long, you can go to the website and you can see you can know how to visit the building of Nam Long online. And this is the last step. This about the offer the core product in a new format or version, especially if the core business is not expanded. However, marketer must avoid overestimating the upside of the new venture that stretch the company into the unattractive theory. Especially marketing insight like need to understand the double bodies describe how how market leader can benefit from the brand loyalty due to their size. So you see the product at the company and the marketer need to understand deeply about the market about and the segmentation of customer. You can need to understand deeply because you need to decide how to develop your product and your company. So you need to understand the market to decide you should to create various product line or focusing on improving and enhancing the quality of previous product. So that is the end of my part.